In my view, we expect Netanyahu and Trump to suffer more than this. There's still a lot left ahead.
It has not been taken. In my view, these bloody flags that have been raised mean that revenge for our leader must be taken.
Why don't we kill the one who killed my imam? It is a disgrace not to kill your murderer.
Did Ayatollah Khamenei's funeral turn into a chilling rally as crowds demanded Trump and Netanyahu be killed like dogs? Why are massive crowds vowing that heads will roll as Iran bids farewell to its late supreme leader? Why are 100 plots of land and coffin threats dominating Tehran streets during Khamenei's final farewell? Why are emotional Iranians marching with wanted posters and execution imagery during the funeral procession? Watch the fury. Why are $100 million bounty-style posters and Kill Trump chants erupting across Tehran? Death threats against U.S. President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are intensifying across Iran during the mourning period. Tempers and emotions have reached a boiling point as thousands of mourners bid a final farewell to the late Ayatollah Khamenei. Chants of death to America and death to Israel have echoed across the streets of Iran's capital, Tehran, throughout the funeral procession. Posters depicting Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu as targets were also prominently displayed during the massive public rallies. Several banners referred to Trump and Netanyahu as dogs, while carrying inflammatory messages calling for violent retribution. Some Iranians are publicly offering parcels of land in exchange for the assassinations of Trump and Netanyahu. The announced reward was described as 100 plots of land, with each parcel measuring approximately 20 square meters.
In my view, we expect Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. President Donald Trump to suffer more than this. There is still a lot left ahead. We have lost our leader. We have lost the greatest Islamic leader in the world. There is still a much harsher revenge waiting for them. I am certain of it.
It has not been taken. In my view, these bloody flags that have been raised mean that revenge for our leader must be taken. The actions we carried out, the war we fought, in my opinion, were not even sufficient as a response to the revenge for late Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani. We must completely uproot them from the root so that, God willing, we can show the world what the oppression of our leader was and take revenge for our leaders, God willing.
Why don't we kill the one who killed my imam? It is a disgrace not to kill your murderer. From now on, we will wear a shroud instead of clothes. I swear by your blood, it's on us to murder Trump.
Posters carrying threats against U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth were also spotted among the crowds. Anti-U.S. rhetoric has reached unprecedented levels, with mourners even burning an effigy of President Donald Trump during the ceremonies. Mourners lined the roads near Imam Hossein Square and in Gelab Square. Many waited for hours to witness the procession. Crowds waited for a final glimpse as Ali Khamenei's coffin was carried through the streets. Many waved flags and recited prayers as it passed. The funeral procession is expected to pass through several major streets of Tehran. Security has been tightened along the entire route. Ali Khamenei's coffin is being carried on a flatbed truck through the capital. The vehicle is moving slowly to allow mourners to pay their respects. Mourners waved Iranian flags, chanted slogans, and offered prayers during the procession. Many were seen openly grieving as the convoy passed. Iranian authorities have closed several major roads for the funeral procession. Traffic restrictions are expected to remain in place throughout the ceremonies. Airspace restrictions have also been imposed during the funeral events. The measures are intended to support security arrangements. The Iranian government has suspended normal activities during the official mourning period. State institutions are observing the national ceremonies. The late Supreme Leader ruled Iran for 37 years before his death at the age of 86. He was one of the country's longest-serving leaders. Iran has organized a week of state mourning, including processions across Iran and Iraq. Memorial events are being held in multiple cities. The final burial is scheduled to take place at the Imam Reza Shrine in Mashhad. The ceremony is expected to conclude the official mourning period. The ceremonies come at a critical moment for Iran's leadership. The country is also navigating major regional and political challenges. Iranian officials have described the mourning as a symbol of national unity. They say the ceremonies reflect public respect for the late leader. The events are expected to continue through Thursday on July 9th, before the final burial ceremony of Iran's late supreme leader. A classified report reportedly warned that up to 3,000 people could die during Khamenei's funeral, setting off alarm across Iran's security establishment. Die Welt said Iranian authorities are preparing for a possible mass casualty event, turning the funeral into a worst-case scenario operation. The report cited a classified Iranian document sent to senior government officials, suggesting the state is planning for the most dangerous outcome. Authorities have reportedly drawn up emergency plans for a worst-case scenario, fearing the crowds could spiral out of control. The document allegedly projects 1,500 to 3,000 possible deaths during the ceremonies, a staggering figure that has intensified concern. The claims have not been independently verified by other news organizations, so the reported figures remain unconfirmed. A special unit has reportedly been created to manage the dead and missing if disaster strikes during the funeral events. Thousands of graves have reportedly been prepared at Tehran's Behesht Zara cemetery, in case the situation turns fatal. A municipal employee claimed the prepared graves already exist and are ready if needed, adding to the shock around the report. Officials reportedly fear huge crowds and extreme heat could trigger a deadly disaster, especially as thousands gather for the ceremonies. Funeral ceremonies are expected to continue across Iran and Iraq over several days, stretching the security challenge across borders. Khamenei is scheduled to be buried in Mashhad after the week-long funeral, marking the end of the state mourning process.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.